June, a season of summer vacation and for some, graduation, and looking for that first real job or at least a summer job that will pay for college. Those of us who live in the Piedmont region of North Carolina are asked the question, are you going to the mountain or the shore? The Piedmont is not a destination. Despite the beauty of Old Salem, the foothills are not really mountains, and we are almost 1,000 feet above sea level. So people ask, are you going up to the mountains or down to the shore? Your destination says something about who you are. Are you seeking to be hot? Well, then get in your bikini-clad body and on the shimmering sands. Are you seeking to be cool? Then pull on your hiking boots and step into the misty clouds. Beach music is kind of a shuffling slow soul, shag dancing in the moonlight. Mountain music is blazing fiddles and nimble picking fueled by moonshine. The sand shifts under one's feet, giving the freedom of impermanence, a summer romance, a fleeting wave upon the shore. The mountains are rock solid, old as the hills, containing fossils of seabeds millions of years distant from the sea. By the shore, the horizon is an unlimited view. The world stretches out forever. The sea expands as far as the eye can see. Mountains are vertical. Look up to the summit, look down to the valley. What is hidden over the next ridge? Mountain life is full of twists and turns. Nothing travels in a straight line. As we face our future, will it be smooth sailing or a rocky road? The ocean is the optimism of unlimited possibilities, and the mountains are the pessimisms of the long, hard climb. But if you leave the shore and dive in, you immerse yourself and go deeper. Life has many things hidden under the surface. The ocean contains the depth of introversion. How long can you be self-contained? How long can you hold your breath? How much life is in your lungs? Where mountains are expression of extroversions. How many of you have seen the picture of somebody standing on a mountain doing this? You rise up, you stand tall, you be seen, you climb higher, see everything that you possibly can. But the ocean calls our soul into the deep. Listen to the words of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, a Unitarian poet. The sound of the sea. The sea awoke at midnight from its sleep, and round the pebbly beaches far and wide, I heard the first wave of the rising tide rush onward with uninterrupted sweep, a voice out of the silence of the deep, a sound mysteriously multiplied, as of a cataract from the mountain's side, of the roar of winds upon a wooded steep. So comes to us a time from the unknown, and inaccessible solitudes of being, the rushing sea tides of the soul, and inspirations that we deem our own, are some divine of foreshadowing and foreseeing of things beyond our reason or control. So this summer, as you ponder your vacation or what to do after graduation, Ponder the inaccessible solitudes of being, the rushing sea tides of your soul. Listen to the depth of who you are. The blood in your veins is mostly salt water, ebbing and flowing through your system. But Longfellow also notes that the water flows from the mountains, rushing down from the side, as white as the waves that hit the shore. The sound of water is soothing to the soul. It reminds us of who we are inside. Emily Dickinson wrote, "The mountain sat upon the plain." The mountain sat upon the plain in his tremendous chair, his observation omnifold, his inquest everywhere. The seasons played around his knees like children round a sire. Grandfather of the days is he, the dawn, the ancestor. This poem speaks of the boldness and the grandeur of a mountain. Grandfather of days, the ancestor. When walking on Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina, one has to put oneself out there on the swinging bridge. One learns how hard it is to stand in the wind, but you can do it because that bridge is anchored in the strength of the mountain. There's a strength that you can borrow from your ancestors. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, and we embrace the task of building a foundation for generations that will follow. But in the present time, we must stand, each of our lives a peak that rises above the ridge. The vast ocean reminds us that deep down we are one with the world. Each mountain points to our individuality. Way back in the 8th century in China, a poet named Li Po wrote, "All the birds have flown up and gone. A lonely cloud floats leisurely by. We never tire of looking at each other. Only the mountain and I." That sense of when you're looking at a mountain and that connection that stood there, and you're living your life, making your stand wherever you can find it. This summer, let us realize that we need to travel in both directions. We need to find ourselves at the top of the mountain, and we need to submerge ourselves in the depths of the sea. We are blessed to live in a state that pulls us in both directions. We need to visit these extremes, even though we live most of our lives in middle ground. Whatever this summer brings, we would do well to commune with the nature wherever we find it, even if it's in your own backyard. I leave you with this poem, "The Summer Day" by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar from my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? May we bless and be blessed.